Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be watching this I Have Perfect Skin Like Glass animated short. It's like the story time. Apparently these are based on real stories or real people that submit their stories. So here goes.
I slammed my bedroom door shut and spit at my best friend's picture. I hated her and everyone in my family. Because I had this condition, they thought they could use me.
She hates her friends. She hates her family. Okay, let's see why.
But oh boy, they messed with the wrong girl. Hi, I'm Lulia from Ukraine. I'm the youngest in our family with 3 older brothers. My dad never wanted a girl. He just wanted to raise a team of healthy young boys.
They don't look Ukrainian.
Very proud of himself for being so manly that he had only produced sons.
I have
But
3
Mom had
sons.
always really wanted a daughter. When she gave birth to me, he glared down at my tiny red face.
How would she know that?
What?
That he glared at her when she was a baby.
That's a good point.
To my mom. So, you finally did it, huh? I swear, if she isn't pretty, you're really gonna pay for it. My mom did everything to take
So
really
mean.
good care of me and make me pretty. Once she came to me and said, "Listen, you're not allowed to eat junk food ever." And she snatched the candy from my hand. When she left, I opened the lower drawer and took another candy. I ate whatever I wanted behind her back. Mom started taking me to salons when I was 5, and she would
gosh.
leave me there. I would regularly get manicures and
That's
pedicures.
awesome.
Every day I'd have a routine of face masks and visits to the hair salon. But no session would go on for more than 10 minutes before I interrupted it. One time, I pushed the ladies away and yelled at them. I took out my stories. "Read this for me, and I will tell Mom you did a great job." They loved it. One day, I also asked them to start teaching me how to read. They said I was too young, but I said, "Try me." I never knew I was going to learn how to read and write in a hair salon. Dad was delighted that I turned out to be so pretty. He used to carry me around on his shoulder.
Aw, so he does like her.
Just because she's pretty.
I was in the 5th grade. My teacher gave me the role of the princess's dad. When Dad heard about it, he came to the school the
Wait,
next
what?
day and yelled at the teacher and insulted her.
Oh,
He
okay.
made her make me the princess or else. When he left, I
Oh.
told the teacher, "I apologize
Because she wasn't the princess.
for Dad's stupidity. I'm going to play the role of the princess's dad because I love it." And I hugged her. There was nothing Dad wouldn't do for his favorite child. But suddenly, all that changed.
But I thought she wasn't his favorite.
He liked her because she was pretty.
But I thought he didn't want a girl.
He didn't. And then that's why he told the
When I was in the 7th
the mom.
grade, I came back home one day feeling really itchy all over. I looked at the mirror and saw my skin was as red as a rotten tomato.
Ew.
Dad came in, of course, without knocking, and saw me. He freaked out and quickly took me to the best skin doctor in the city. After examining me, the doctor said I had a rare condition called dermographism, which means skin writing. That's because I could etch my name into my skin using only the pressure of a fingernail. He said there was no reason for
Oh, that used to happen to me.
Really?
Yeah, I used to get
flare
that.
up at times, and there was really no cure
But
for
I
it.
don't-
When we left the
it wasn't
clinic,
that
I
bad.
told Dad, "Don't worry, Dad. I will read about this disease and find ways
She
to
looks
fix
fine
this."
now.
Dad looked at me with disgust and said he didn't want a daughter like me. I wished Mom would
So
just
mean.
slap him, or one of my brothers would tell him he's being a complete jerk. But nothing happened. Dad just turned away and left the house. Why was Dad a terrible piece of ugh? I swore to always keep my condition a secret. I couldn't trust anyone with it, except my best friend Monica.
But her
You
dad
should come
knew.
over tonight so we can read about this disease together. When Dad saw her, he hugged her. "Your parents must be so proud to have such a beautiful daughter." My
Ew, that's like weird.
ridiculous. They knew she was really rich, and my youngest brother kept asking her how many servants she had. The eldest kept hitting on her, and when she told him to stop, he said he would if she paid him $100. I threw my shoe at him and told him he was a pig. I told them all to shut up and took Monica's hand and led her to my room. We both read about the disease for days and found nothing. When I got to middle school,
She must not be that smart.
I had eyes only for one boy, Elon.
Why does he look like her brother?
I noticed my hands had started to turn a little.
That's on the cartoonist.
I let go, but suddenly, Elon pulled me in by the waist and
What?
kissed.
That escalated so quickly. I'm so confused.
Hold on, keep going.
me.
Okay.
Just then, I saw Monica. She was standing there, staring at me with the most hateful expression.
Why?
She
She probably
came to
liked
me
her.
with a manic look and suddenly grabbed my wrist. Instantly, big red welts started to appear. She snatched the friendship bracelet she'd given me, sending
Why?
beads flying everywhere. How could you even think of going out with Elon when you knew he's my dream? I hate you. I just
What?
stared at her, stunned.
Did she know?
How could I possibly know? You've never said a word.
Oh.
You need to stop seeing him or I'll tell him about your secret. Oh, how could she?
But her secret is not something she could hide.
They're in 7th grade, remember that.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Of course, I wasn't going to stop seeing Elon. Monica wasn't the boss of me. I started dating him in secret. In the school hallways, I would simply walk past him like he didn't exist. But we would meet up outside later every day.
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
fast falling in love. One day, Elon
They're in 7th grade, though.
and meet at the big tree in the schoolyard.
Uh-oh.
Elon had just pulled me in for a kiss when I felt someone drag me away by my shirt. I turned around to see Monica, and this time, she just went insane. She kept shouting, "Liar, liar," as she pinched and poked my
Oh my
arms. Big red
gosh.
rashes were popping up like crazy all
That's
over my
mean.
skin. Elon stepped back, looking horrified. "Look, Elon."
Yeah, I'd be so horrified if anyone did that to anyone in
Yeah.
front of me. Not because of her
She's
skin
a complete freak. I felt helpless at first, but then I felt a wave of fury
But I
rise
feel like anyone would get, like, irritated.
the cheek and ran off. Elon kept texting me and said he couldn't care less about my allergies. All he wanted was to see me.
Yeah, I have allergies too. Everyone has the allergies. This is me. I have the friggin' perfect skin like glass.
One night, I heard a gentle tapping on my window, and I pushed back the curtains to see
Bad
that it was
girl.
Elon.
Yeah, not a good way.
Please, leave me alone, Elon. You deserve someone much better. I'm not leaving until
This
you
is
talk to me, Lulia.
so
He just
bad.
wouldn't go away, no matter how hard I tried. I was afraid he'd wake someone up, so I let him in. He took my hands and
This
looked
is,
at me
like,
earnestly.
so annoying.
Lulia, there isn't a thing about you that could make me love you any less. My heart completely melted, and I let him stay with me for the night. Suddenly, we heard
They're middle school.
This is a lot. I wonder if this is real.
Apparently they're real, but who
on
knows?
the window. I smiled and ran to open it, but when I parted the curtain, I almost screamed and fell back in
It was
horror.
Monica.
It was Monica.
Oh my gosh, she's crazy.
She's crazy.
Witch.
That's not good.
I'm here to warn you, that boy is mine. I'm
Oh
not
my
sharing him with
gosh.
anyone. You better break up with him or else. I locked the window and shut the curtains in her face. Thankfully, it seemed like she'd left. But man, the girl was turning into a complete nut job. The next day in school, I could see Monica by the lockers giving me a deathly glare.
Jeez
I also
Louise.
spotted Elon smiling and waving at me. If she thought I was scared of her, she was mistaken. I ran up to him,
You
grabbed
go,
his
girl.
face, and gave him a long kiss.
Ew.
When I looked
Okay,
up,
come on.
she had disappeared. What was this psycho up to? Later that day in art class, I was painting away my self-portrait when suddenly I felt a dash of cold water on my back. I gasped, and to my horror, I saw that my painting was
Who does
completely
that in middle
ruined.
school, and how
That's
does she
so
not
much
go to
better,
detention
actually.
or get
Now It
expelled?
looks more like you, a freak. I just snapped. I turned around and was about to throw a tin of paint in Monica's face, but I stopped when I saw the teacher coming. My eyes, my eyes! This monster is out of control! What? I didn't even touch her. The art teacher swooped down in no time and started yelling at me. Lulia, I will not stand for this behavior.
Seriously?
But she's the one who's wet, so how would the teacher think that it was her? So dumb.
Pointing to my ruined work, but she kept on insulting me and said I'd been raised by savages. I'd just had it. Shut up, you idiot. I know her daddy's donation set up this art studio. That's the only reason you're taking her side. Of course, I ended up in the principal's office and waited while she called my parents. As soon as I saw Dad walk into the office instead of Mom, I just knew I was ruined. He'd probably ground me for life. The principal pursed her lips. We are shocked that any student of ours would behave like this. She has no respect for anyone and is a disgrace to this school and to you. I was
What?
sure
Who
my dad
says
would agree
that
with her.
to
He
their
rose up from his
parents?
chair and punched the table.
This is
No
so
one
extra.
talks about my daughter this way. I'll make sure you regret it. She's the
Yeah.
smartest girl you will ever meet.
And he took me by the arm and we left.
What?
On our way home, he finally looked at me directly after such a long time and said,
Don't ever give up on what you want. Be strong and keep fighting.
and that was
Why did all these people have, like, multiple personalities? Like, since when did he start caring?
We'll see, we'll see.
By the time I woke up the next morning, he had already packed all his bags and left for good.
Wait,
Mom,
what?
where did Dad go?
What?
My stupid brother scowled at me.
You finally drove him away. It's your stupid condition that made him so depressed. He couldn't handle having a broken daughter anymore. Mom banged her glass on the table. Shut up and stop treating your sister that way.
Okay,
This is
confused.
so
I thought things were finally gonna go well after that conversation in the car with the dad.
I'm so mad.
He left
left.
because he's in love with a rich woman who's 15 years older than him. I was stunned.
What?
Dad was so confusing. I never really understood him at all. Mom started dating a new man and looked happier than I'd ever seen her.
I'm so
She was
confused.
making an effort to look good, and I was happy for her.
Ugh.
But my brothers weren't happy about it. 2 of them left the house, and the youngest stayed because he was still in school. I didn't miss Dad all that much, really. But his last words were stuck in my head. I kept going out with Elon openly, and Monica stayed out of my way since that day. When I got to high school, though, my condition got much worse. My allergy would flare up at any time. People started to notice and
Just take an antihistamine.
started wearing long sleeve shirts and pants to hide
Oh my
my skin.
gosh.
One day, Elon came up to me beaming. Hey babe, you're coming over to dinner tonight. My place. I can't wait for my parents to meet you. I told him I wasn't sure if I was ready, but eventually I agreed. The minute I stepped into his house, his mom's face froze mid-smile, and she looked at me like I was a demon. Elon, what's that on her neck and arm?
Oh my gosh.
This can't be real.
You know what I think is gonna happen? She's dating her dad because she's older. Look at the wrinkles. I don't know. Just a
She's
thought.
Plot
disgusting.
twist.
What a rude woman she was.
Yeah, what a rude
Mom,
woman.
This can't
what
be
is
real.
wrong with you?
Why are these adults
You want
so...
to keep seeing her? Fine. But you can have another girlfriend, can't you? How about
What?
that beautiful rich one who comes here often? What's her name? Yeah.
Why does she come there often? That's sketchy.
Dun, dun, dun.
This is so weird.
His mom just exposed her.
Believe my ears. What a cheater.
He's a cheater.
Elon turned to me and said he could explain, but I just slapped him and left. I was so heartbroken and angry at this betrayal. I
Oh,
never
that's why she was so crazy.
There was he.
Because he was seeing her too, and that's why she was like, oh, he's mine.
Why would she? I'm so confused.
I'm so
That's-
confused.
Yeah.
He tried approaching me at school a couple of times, but I always rejected him. One day, I was sitting alone on the bleachers when a handsome jock came and sat next to me.
What?
Hey, I need some help with math. Will you be my tutor?
It's so random.
Yes, of course. It's the best revenge ever. What revenge? Oh, never mind.
Why would she say that?
This is real.
This is so dumb. It's so bad.
Let's start now. We got closer over time and started going out. One day, Sean invited me over for dinner at his place.
Oh my god, no. Oh my gosh. His mom is dating her dad, probably.
Wait,
This is gonna be something like that.
Okay, let's
The
see.
house.
Your
I
predictions
spotted
now.
Monica on the stairs.
Wait, why is
staring
Monica there?
It's his brother. It's his brother.
It's his brother!
at me in complete shock. This was priceless. What are you doing here?
she
Oh,
knew.
didn't your brother tell you? I'm his girlfriend. You can't go out with her. She's a big freak. Break up with her now. Luckily, Sean's parents walked in just then and seemed horrified by Monica's behavior. Her dad told her to shut up and go to her room.
Oh my
She stormed
gosh.
off in a rage.
Parents are so
Sean's parents were
mean.
so lovely. I had no idea how they'd raised a witch like Monica, but I decided to try and mend things with her and went to her room after dinner. Monica was lying on the bed and didn't even turn around to look at me.
Crazy.
I sat down and said, "Look, Monica, you and I used to be best friends once. Can we just start over? I forgive you for everything you did to me. Who asked for your forgiveness?" And in a flash, she'd turned to pounce on me like a wildcat. Before she could hurt me, Sean barged in and pulled her away from me. "Thank you for saving me from your crazy sister." And I started kissing him just to make
Ew.
Monica angry. She screamed in anger and left her own room. Weeks passed and I graduated from high school with honors. I'd never meant to fall in love with Sean, but I had over this time we'd been dating. One day, my youngest brother came to me and asked me to ask Sean for money. What? I won't do that. I'm not a gold digger, you moron. We got into an argument for an hour until he tried to
gosh.
attack me. I threw a plate at him.
Why is everyone trying to attack her? She must be like, maybe behind the scenes her personality is like horrible.
But it missed his face by inches. Fine, I know what I'm going to do. The next day, Sean
gonna
called
date
me to
Monica.
tell me that my brother was caught last night trying to steal Sean's car. Oh my God, that was so embarrassing. He told me he wasn't going to send him to jail for me. When my brother came home, I yelled at him. He said that he'd had enough of me and Mom and he left to live with Dad.
Okay.
Whatever. At least I had Sean. We were headed to different colleges, and we promised that we would make a long-distance
How much
relationship.
longer is this? How much more can happen in 2 minutes?
Well, this is just so much going on.
Her dad's gonna come back.
No, he's not.
But almost as soon as I left, it got really difficult to get a hold of him. He'd mostly reject my calls and say he was busy, but I could see from his Instagram account that he was partying hard. Then he wouldn't even reply to my messages for weeks. When he finally did, it was to say that he wanted to break up with me because long distance was too hard. Plus,
It's true,
he
it
thought
is
that
hard.
me and my family were weird and crazy.
What?
Jerk. I was pretty sure he'd found some bimbo. I stopped dating for a whole year and would turn down any offers by guys to go out. I wanted to do well at university so I could make something of myself. One day, I walked into a lecture hall and I couldn't believe my eyes. I never thought I'd ever see him again. It was Elon. He came and sat beside me and said he deserved one chance to explain himself. He said that he never loved Monica, and she kept stalking him and showing up at his place, but he'd always rejected her. He'd wanted to try talking to me again, but by then I was seeing Sean. We started dating once more, and Elon decided to tell his parents. He called his mom, and she went berserk over the phone. I could hear her shouting, "There is no way you can ever bring that girl to my home."
What the heck?
Fine, Mom. Then I guess I won't ever be coming home too. And with that, he hung up. After a year of dating, we got married. There was no one at the ceremony except the two of us, and we didn't care. We didn't need anyone ruining
What
our
the
happiness.
heck?
4 months after the wedding, I
Got pregnant. Oh no.
married and was pregnant. She seemed delighted for me, but said she was too busy with her new husband to come see me. Elon and I were blessed with a lovely baby girl, Anastasia, and we are making sure that we teach her to always love herself.
What?
What?
Okay. Okay, whatever happened to Monica?
Whatever happened to her skin condition?
Yeah, why is this titled by I don't know.
Okay, let's read the comments. Her, I have perfect skin like glass. Me having the entire Sahara Desert on my skin. And I swear the next story is gonna be like, my mom is water and my dad is milk. No one's commenting like, this was so confusing.
Yeah.
The story started from bad news and ended to good news. Wait, all these like events kept happening. It's so confusing.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what the main takeaway was.
The takeaway is you to love yourself no matter what. Who made this?
Where did this pop up?
It's just animated short.
Okay, I thought it was okay. What did you think?
It was not, something I'd ever recommend to anyone else.
Okay guys, comment down below if you guys enjoyed that animated one or if you guys prefer to watch something else with us. Thank you for watching that along with us. Comment down below what you thought of the clip and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Bye.